Three-row crossovers are now the new minivan and full-sized SUV running through the streets of many middle-class American suburban neighborhoods. With a plethora of options to choose from within this fiercely competitive segment, manufacturers must stand out while also bringing fresh and innovative features without hindering too much on what a mainstream three-row crossover is really meant to do, and that is being practical enough to meet the daily demanding tasks for many families. Without a significant revamp in nearly a decade, the Chevrolet Traverse finally sees a complete overhaul for 2018, boasting huge enhancements to nearly every aspect of the vehicle. So let's go ahead and check out and take a closer look at this 2018 Chevrolet Traverse Premier. Starting off, this is a completely overhauled Traverse here, from the sheet metal, technology, and to the powertrain. The Traverse went on a diet, shedding around 400 pounds, which in return does improve the fuel efficiency, and it rides on the new generation C1XX platform shared with the Cadillac XT5, Buick Enclave, and GMC Acadia. The Traverse is nearly identical in length and width to the new Enclave, unsurprisingly, measuring at 204.3 inches in length and 78.6 inches in width. Styling takes on a more truck-like and bold appearance with an upright truck-like front fascia and fashionable styling features such as LED headlights, 20-inch aluminum alloy wheels, and chrome accenting from the lower moldings and the front grille that you'll find on our fairly loaded Premier trim level. It's all wrapped up in one very cohesive package that certainly gives off an unmistakable presence. This exterior color of the Traverse here is known as the Black Courant Metallic, equipped with smart key access on all four doors of the vehicle, and you also have chrome exterior door handles. Here's the key fob for the Traverse. You have your lock, unlock, your remote engine start, to release your tailgate, as well as your panic alarm. And you also find a full-on jet black perforated leather interior with brown contrast stitching. Beautifully designed seats here with your power driver seat, power recline, and your power lumbar. All right, stepping on the inside of the Traverse here, the first thing that you'll notice is that this interior is much more modern and sophisticated than its predecessor. And Chevrolet gave the interior more of a upright kind of design with the dashboard layout and everything to give it a truck-like feel and more of a car-based crossover feel. You do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing there is a 3.6 liter V6, full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, we have a new 9-speed automatic transmission, and this isn't the same transmission that you'll find in its platform mate, the Acadia, that uses a 6-speed. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your surround vision camera system. You have a top-down view, and you have guidance lines as well as trajectory. And the electronic parking brake is also located right there. Let's go ahead and turn on the headlights and the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the Traverse. Automatic driver's side window, heated exterior side mirrors with LED side turn signal indicators, and we also have blind spot detection. "20-inch alloy wheels, phenomenal looking design to them. Coming up front here, you'll find LED headlights for the low and the high beams, as well as LED daytime running lights, and your halogen fog lights located down below. Powering the Traverse here is a revised 3.6 liter V6 that's actually carried over from the last generation Traverse, but it makes more power this time around, about 20 more horsepower, making a total of 305 horsepower at 6,800 RPM and 260 pound-feet of torque at 2,800 RPM. And paired with the new 9-speed automatic transmission, and also coupled in with some aerodynamic enhancements, the fuel economy numbers are bumped up around 3 mpg. You're looking at 17 in the city and 25 on the highway for our particular Premier model equipped with all-wheel drive. And you also do have variable valve timing as well. If you want though, you can go with a more fuel-efficient turbocharged 4-cylinder, but this V6 should satisfy most consumers very well. Pricing for the base Traverse L model starts at $30,875. It comes pretty well equipped with high-intensity discharge headlights, LED daytime running lights, and the 3.6-liter V6. Moving on up to the LS, that starts at $32,995. LT with cloth, $35,495. LT leather, $42,995. Our Premier trim, like how we have here, you're looking at $45,395. And then the top of the line High Country model, $52,995. It can get quite pricey. Competitors for the Traverse, you're looking at vehicles in the 3-row crossover SUV segment. This includes the likes of the Dodge Durango, Ford Explorer, Toyota Highlander, Kia Sorento, and you can also look at the Honda Pilot. There's plenty of choices to choose from in this class. We also have side roof rails. LED taillights with LED turn signal indicators, rear parking sensors, and dual integrated exhaust tips. Total vehicle price for our particular Traverse is $50,090. And EPA estimates, like I said, you're looking at 17 in the city and 25 on the highway. For the parts content information, the US and Canadian parts content, you're looking at around 57%. And from foreign parts, you're looking from Mexico, 21%. And the final assembly point for this vehicle is in Lansing, Michigan. And the country of origin for the engine as well as the transmission are from Mexico. Of course, all of your basic power necessities, including power windows, mirrors, and your power door locks, as well as your memory seat settings for 2 people, and chrome interior door handles. Inside of the Traverse here, you'll find plenty of legroom as well as headroom, with 41.3 inches of headroom as well as 41 inches of legroom here. And the interior features plenty of opulence and our fairly loaded Premier trim and plenty of amenities. And the interior quality is significantly improved over the last generation Traverse. I cannot stress that enough, and I'm very impressed. Plenty of soft touch materials on the door panels here, as well as on top of the dashboard too, except for this upper portion is actually hard touch plastic, but the graining of the plastic is still pretty nice. You also find brown stitching on the dashboard that does match the stitching on the seats and throughout the whole interior. But really nice looking interior for the Traverse, and the build quality as well as the materials are much better than the last generation. The steering wheel does feature a fairly simplistic design, however, it has fairly intuitive controls here. And this is the same steering wheel design that you'll find on many of other General Motors products nowadays. On the left here, you have your cruise control, as well as your button to adjust the gap between the vehicle in front of you for your forward collision alert system, your heated steering wheel, and then your buttons on the right side right here, which control the driver information display. We also do have your power tilting and telescoping steering wheel, which does provide a pretty good range of adjustment here. And we have your automatic high beams. Wireless charging pad, 2 USB charging ports, as well as your 12-volt power outlet and your auxiliary input. Dual cup holders, as well as your electronic parking brake and your dial selector for your all-wheel drive system, which you can switch between different modes. You have your tow and haul mode, as well as your off-road mode, which will display up on the screen right here for which mode is on or off. And then we also do have your lane departure alert button, as well as your traction control off. Plenty of center console storage, and you'll also find a removable tray. Of course, it's nice and soft to the touch with the brown stitching, very luxurious. We do have tri-zone automatic climate control in this vehicle, and dual up front, of course. And you can adjust your temperatures from the dials here, as well as your fan speed levels, and your different zones. And I love how Chevrolet went with traditional knobs and buttons here, as it's much more intuitive and easy to use. And you do have 3-stage heated and ventilated seats for the driver and the front passenger here. And let's get to the head unit. This is the Chevrolet MyLink system. It's an 8-inch color touchscreen display, and you can also flip up the screen if you like, if you want to impress your friends. And it'll reveal a little storage cubby as well as a USB charging port. Pretty cool there. And coming to the home screen here, this will display pretty much all of your main menus. Your different audio sources do include all of the norm, including AM, FM, as well as XM satellite radio. And then you have your external media devices, which include Bluetooth streaming audio, your USB port with iPod integration, and your auxiliary input. Then you also have presets right here too. What's also pretty cool is the direct tune feature, which is very convenient if you just want to go straight to a radio station instead of having to tune through all of them. Coming back to the home screen, this is your phone, and it views, like, it shows your contacts. You can store all your contacts on here, view your recent calls, and then you have an integrated dial pad as well as your voicemail too. And then you can hook up to multiple Bluetooth devices if you would like.
Speech session ended. Goodbye.
And then your projection feature for your Apple CarPlay as well as your Android Auto capability. Your navigation system, you can enter in your destination by voice. The map quality is pretty crisp and clear. It features your points of interest as well as your live traffic, and you can zoom in and out. And you could change the map views and give you your current location, and then your personal data. You can delete it if you would like, such as, like, you have your personal My Points of Interest, and then your uploaded saved locations too. Let's get to weather. It gives you a 5-day forecast or hourly forecast, and then you could change your location, of course, if you would like. You can view the weather across the whole entire country, which is pretty cool. And then you can view nearby locations or recent locations, or you could search. We also do have a 10-speaker Bose premium surround sound system, which sounds phenomenal in this vehicle. Very crisp and clear audio quality. And up here you'll also find one of the coolest and most innovative features out on the automotive market is the streaming rearview mirror, which actually debuted on the Cadillac CT6. And I just love this feature. Very convenient, and I wish other automotive manufacturers would do this, and you can turn it off anytime you would like. Up here you also find your OnStar as well as your SOS Safety Connect and your Garage Home Link, as well as your sunroof with your sunroof controls. And LED map lighting. The Traverse also features many high-end safety technologies, such as automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, as well as lane departure alert, blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert, and you can also get adaptive cruise control on this vehicle. It's optional. The seats here in the Traverse are resplendent and very sumptuous looking, and they also provide a great amount of support, not only for the thighs but also the side bolstering too. And this is great for long hauling road trips. I would certainly take this vehicle on a long road trip. Visibility out of the Traverse here is excellent. You'll find plenty of glass area on the front windows as well as the windshield here. When you get to rearward visibility, not a problem. Tons of glass area, no sloping roof line or anything like that. And there's just even the very rear window back there near the C-pillar. It's just, there's plenty of visibility out of that rear window. And it does help that you do have the surround vision system. Coming to the gauges in the instrument cluster, very traditional looking setup here with your tachometer on the left. And you also do have automatic start stop on this vehicle. So when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, the engine will actually shut off to conserve fuel. On the upper portion, you do have your fuel gauge, coolant temperature, and on the right, your speedometer. In the center, you'll find your driver information display, which you can view your digital speedometer, and it gives you roadside information, gives you the speed limit, which is pretty convenient. Trip information, you can view your average speed, and then you have your fuel range, gives you your instant fuel economy, and then oil life percentage, tire pressure monitoring, and fuel economy from the last 50 miles. Over here you have your audio, which you can change your audio source from here if you would like. You can also view your favorites too. And we have your phone, which you can make a telephone call from here. Then navigation. We could turn the voice prompt on or off, and then you can resume guidance whenever you would like. And it gives you turn-by-turn directions. And then other options, you could change the units from US to metric, info pages, and then your speed warning, you could turn that on or off if you would like. And you can actually edit the list of your active info pages, like you could turn the oil life percentage on or off if you don't want that on, or the fuel economy, or the speed limit, various things. With the reduced weight and the combination of the added power from the 3.6 liter V6, the Traverse feels much lighter on its feet. In addition, the handling is less vague and less clumsy than the vehicle it replaces with the new revised suspension for the Traverse. And the new 9-speed is one of the better 9-speeds out there. Never hesitates to shift, doesn't feel jerky, and it's much more refined than many other vehicles in the automotive market. But the Traverse here is not a sporty crossover here. Don't mistake it for a Mazda CX-9. It doesn't handle like that. But if you're looking for a well-rounded and a very comfortable 3-row crossover to drive that provides a reasonable amount of power, the Traverse will certainly fit the bill. And the ride quality is also pretty smooth, and road imperfections are minimally felt throughout the cabin. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the Traverse. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Interior quality does follow through in the rear with plenty of soft touch padding on the door panels here. And you also find second row captain's chairs. You can also opt for bench seating if you would like. And you also find your Skyscape sunroof, which it doesn't open up, but just the shade opens up. But it does give the cabin a much more open, airy feel. Sitting back here in the Traverse, there's a plentiful and an abundance amount of legroom as well as headroom back here. And then you also do have 2 USB charging ports, a 120 volt power outlet, as well as automatic climate control and a little storage cubby and dual map pockets. What's also very convenient is that access into the third row is very easy. Just walk right in between the 2 seats, and there's also plenty of legroom back here. Still, the Traverse is still one of the roomier back seats out of the 3-row crossover SUV class. And you'll also find dual cup holders as well as a USB charging port and a rear adjustable headrest for the third row. And LED map lighting is also located back here. The seats themselves are also fairly comfortable for the third and the second row. But I'm very impressed. If you're looking for a roomy 3-row crossover, the Traverse certainly does not disappoint. All right. You have your power liftgate. Now with the added passenger space in the third row, it does come at a little bit of a price. You do sacrifice a little bit of cargo capacity, but of course you can still fold these rear seats down, and all you have to do is just pull on this and then push the seat right down. However, you'd be hard pressed to find any 3-row crossover, full-size crossover with as much third row passenger space as the Traverse, unless if you step up to a full-sized truck-based SUV. And you also do have a 12 volt power outlet. So with its cavernous interior with enough space in all three rows, user-friendly technology, and refined driving dynamics, the 2018 Chevrolet Traverse is once again a three-row crossover that deserves worthy consideration. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.